Quite a few big things have happened this year, and I've not been able to film as much as I'd like to, so I wanted to give some context alongside the usual Terrier Travels vlogs of us just goofing around. The Unlucky Tug has already made a video like this about his whole UK trip, so do check that out too. This one is more just so I can talk about these days out before they're too far in the past. So, here's a rundown of my side of Wales 2022, our 5th year of doing these big trips to the land of my fathers. After the success of the first Awdry Extravaganza, the team behind it were asked back by the Talyllyn Railway to run another one, to the shocking name of the Awdry Extravaganza II. Before all of that though, I travelled up with Harry and Dizzy to Porthmadog. At Harbour Station, they both went up the Welsh Highland Railway, whilst Josh, Alex and I went the other way onto the Ffestiniog. Nothing new, we always end up seeming to go on one of the 3 heritage railways in Porthmadog, but we did manage to get a few nice line-side shots too whilst we were at it. Next was the big day, and it was clear that the rain wasn't dampening anyone's spirits. I've visited and volunteered at the Talyllyn Railway for some years now, but this may just be the busiest I've ever seen it.
So many people there are. There's people everywhere.
It's just so nice seeing so many people, usually hiding in the depths of the internet, who join together to celebrate a common interest: smiling trains. Speaking of which, one of the happier highlights was a brand new face for Peter Sam, designed by Not a Norwegian.
Remember to follow Not a Norwegian on twitter.com.
And prepared by Luke Ryan. Hopefully there will be similar facelifts for some of the other engines too, but it definitely helped to make it feel like you really were on the Skarloey Railway. Even Sir Handel, who decided to play up with a faulty pony truck, made a last-minute appearance, as well as the Duke himself. Well, Infinity Stone Dukes, which were designed by Half-Baked Hex 8 as a trail for families to find across the railway. We headed up the line with Duncan and Peter Sam, whilst those staying at Wharf had the chance to drive Rusty to the workstation and back. When we returned, Harry took his own 16mm Rusty to the Llwyfan Garden Railway, which was trying to run despite the weather. Every cloud has a silver lining, of course, and even though they probably got soaked, the amount of models people brought to take over innocent picnic tables just shows what a collaborative event this was. Upstairs in the Narrow Gauge Railway Museum, as per last year, there was a small exhibition of Reverend Awdry's own models, sketches and notes. Mattel contributed by getting the Season 5 large-scale Skarloey out of storage, as well as various faces and figures from the TV series. These were framed by various original paintings from the illustrators of the Railway series, and a tiny Tim Dunn for good measure. Outside, and still smiling, Peter Stewart was gleaming as he'd been given a funny new nameplate. Oh, and one of his original Mid-Sodor name too. This was to take the picnic, which was a special afternoon tea train. On board, I was very honoured to be a guest on the live stream that covered the entire event. The Unlucky Tug and I were interviewed together in the Chorus Saloon, with White House Films being interviewed afterwards. Because of this, I didn't film a whole bunch, but you can watch the whole stream on the Talyllyn Railway's YouTube channel. Special thanks goes to Tim Dunn, Matt Parmenter and Tidmouth Yard for running it. Guests on the picnic received a goodie bag of goodie stuff. Inside was a poster print, again designed by Half-Baked Hex 8, a calendar with some photos by Nattles, a guidebook for the railway, a Skarloey Railway Company pin badge, and a Mid-Sodor Railway Edmondson paper ticket. Not that I'll be getting this stamped anytime soon. Oh. No sooner had I got back from picnicking when Harry drove us all the way back up the line to Dolgoch to see the very healthy falls and to film Duncan rocking his way back home. When we then raced him to Rideronnen and then back to Wharf. That evening, Tim read an extended lecture on Wilbut's Railways of Sodor. Some of us watched via livestream at the Toby pub instead, and so ended a long but very fun day with the Reverend's famous engines. Whilst I wasn't there, I should also mention that leading up to the event, there was also a special train just for the fans, the Right Said Fred special. Bernard Cribbins, God rest your soul. On the Sunday, there was a photo charter, where the train stopped in several spots to recreate the illustrations from the books. Where were we though, whilst all of this was going on? Way up a mountainside in the pouring rain, trying not to slip into the many sheer drops. Yeah, that's what. Yes, as we said in the Big Wales Trip 2021, we wanted to go back and properly explore the abandoned Dinorwic slate quarry, and we were not giving up until we did. This will be a video on its own because we climbed several inclines and saw so many intact artifacts from the huge slate industry that was once here. Not that you can see half of it because I didn't bring the lens shield and most of the footage is blurry raindrops, but believe me, even then it's something to see. I think it was worth drying off our clothes with the hotel hairdryer. Thanks, Wales. That evening, Harry decided that we should walk across the Cobb for no reason, and the next day we all split ways. I filmed some more of the Ffestiniog engines, and then went down to Aberystwyth to celebrate the Scotsman Return's birthday. Happy birthday! And then returned home. No time to rest though, as another big train weekend on a bigger railway was only days away, and I had a display of my own to prepare. But that's another story. That was the extravagant Awdry weekend of 2022, and big thanks has to go to the Talyllyn Railway and all of the people who ran it. If you're on the fence about visiting yourself, then you're silly. Just go. Go now. Go. Right now. The trains are waiting for you. I've linked their website in the description. Whether there'll be another one? The Talyllyn is better equipped than anyone to run more Awdry-themed weekends, but it's important to keep things special and unique to keep things interesting. So don't presume there'll be special events like this every year until the end of time. But there may just be more. It was so lovely seeing crowds of people who were learning a new appreciation for the real railway because of the book and TV characters that they grew up with. After all, Awdry wrote about the Skarloey crew to help publicise the Talyllyn, and boy was the lasting impact clear that weekend. Members of the Awdry family were present to witness it too, and I sincerely hope that they, and everyone who did and didn't go to the event in person, enjoyed it too. Once again, big thanks to Luke and the whole team who organised it, to the Narrogate Railway Museum, Mattel, and the Talyllyn Railway, and all others who helped to take a little slice of Sodor and bring it to North Wales. Huge thanks to my brilliant patrons, Alex Goodman, GBH Train, Donald 9 and Douglas 10, D0280 Falcon, Sean Tempest, Nat, Sam Bennett, Alco, Henry Forrester, and Random Thomas Fan.